In our last episode, we wrapped up our time in Titusville, Florida, and that's right where we're picking back up with this episode. We still have close to 100 miles before we reach Jensen Beach, which is where we'll be staying for a couple of weeks. With family coming down for the holidays and a long list of boat projects to tackle before we cross to the Bahamas, it's going to be a busy stop. If we were making this trip by car, it would only take us 2 hours to get there. But since we're traveling aboard our 1988 sailboat, it's going to take us at least 3 days. I sometimes forget just how slow life moves out here on the water, but I'd much rather take this over the chaos of a highway any day.
So we're underway here from Titusville to our anchorage, and about lunchtime, so I think we're gonna pop a pizza in the air fryer while we have the engine running, and the alternator will basically power our air fryer off of our inverter. Just got cheese on, and I'm about to throw the pepperoni on. And while the pizza is cooking, since we have the engine on today, we're traveling pretty much entirely by motor on the ICW. We also have our ice maker running, so we use up all that wasted energy that would otherwise not be going into our battery bank.
Living aboard our sailboat, we rely on our battery banks to power everything on board. Our engine helps charge them when it's running, but most of our energy comes from our solar panels we have installed. The power is then stored in our batteries and is converted from DC power to AC power through our inverter, which then allows us to use our household appliances on board. Once our batteries hit 100%, any extra energy goes to waste, which is why we like to take advantage of the excess power to run high-energy appliances like our ice machine. This is a very simplified explanation, but leave a comment down below if you'd like to know more about the systems we have on board that make it possible for us to cruise while working full-time.
Well, after a short 15 minutes in the air fryer, this is what we got. I think that's looking pretty dang good to me.
It is dumping buckets right now. Oh, you can't even see land. So much for having a dry seat. Like, see, it all dumps down. And then comes right into our cockpit. And same thing over here. And 5 minutes later, we're out of it. It's looking not quite too sunny forward, but at least there's no rain. And now I just have to deal with the wet seat for probably the remainder of the trip. The second time I lost a phone out of that pocket into the water. Back in October, while we were in Annapolis, I lost my phone after it fell out of the exact same pocket and dropped into the harbor. You would think I would have learned my lesson about keeping it in loose pockets after that, but apparently not. After an overnight stop at Serenity Island, we were up early the next morning, ready for another day of motoring down the ICW. We made it to Vero Beach, where we topped up on fuel and water at the marina before anchoring just south of the bridge. The weather had finally started warming back up after several days, so we enjoyed some time off the boat before calling it for a night so we could prep for an early start the next morning. We're just getting ready to leave the anchorage this morning. We have about a 5-hour trip down to Jensen Beach. Today's a really exciting day because my parents and my sisters are flying down for Christmas, and they're going to be down in Florida to hang with us for the next week. So to say that I'm excited is such an understatement. I can't wait to see them. We're gonna get underway and start heading down. I should also mention that once we get to Jensen Beach, we're gonna be staying there for a month and prepping ourselves before we cross over to the Bahamas. So there's a slew of projects that we need to get done. And I know like the list kind of keeps growing, it seems, every day, but we've been mooring in Jensen Beach for the next month, and that's where we're planning to get a bunch of stuff done before we go on over to the Bahamas.
I'd say it looks like that racing trimaran has seen better days.
Fort Pierce Lethbridge. This is southbound sailing vessel Atlas.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're also requesting to go through at your 10:30 opening. So a little update. My family was in town all last week. They were down here for Christmas. They just hopped on their plane this morning and are back in Pennsylvania. So really sad to see them go. It was awesome to have them down here and to get to see them for Christmas. I'm really thankful that they came down and were able to make it work out. But now that they're back, the projects are gonna get started because we have a lot of things to do before we head over to the Bahamas. It is 76 today, back in Pennsylvania. It's 39 where my parents live, so they're back in the cold. But since it is so warm here today, I'm gonna take advantage of the nice weather and go and clean the side of our boat. We have a lot of growth right now that needs to be scrubbed off. I know it's definitely on our to-do list once we get into cleaner water in the Bahamas to get under the boat and give the hull a good scrub, but for now I'm at least gonna get what's growing along the water line and take care of that. I'm really hoping that rain's coming over here to help cool me off. I forgot how difficult it is to clean the boat from the side of the dinghy, but you can see it's looking a lot better here. I'm almost embarrassed to show you how bad this looks, but look at how much growth we've been getting on the side of our boat. Insane. So yeah, I've been like scrubbing away at this trying to get rid of all of it. It is hot out, but maybe that's on my way over here. Nice sunshine rain. After I finished scrubbing the boat, Dylan noticed that one of the other boats in the mooring field wasn't sitting right. Normally, boats at anchor or on a mooring ball point into the wind, but this one was beam on, which is very unusual. The forecast was calling for strong winds out of the south the following day, which the mooring field is not well protected from. A boat sitting the wrong way could mean something was off, and with the weather moving in, it was definitely something to keep an eye on. That following night, while relaxing down below, we suddenly heard air horns sounding from other boats and ran on deck to find that the sailboat, along with the mooring ball, had broken off and was now barreling its way through the mooring field. No, it missed.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's gonna run.
Oh, it's gonna be on the rocks.
Or the dinghy, or do you think it might hit the dinghy dock?
If it's between us and them, it's a possibility, yeah. There's somebody in a dinghy up on that boat right now.
Oh, I think that's.
No, there's somebody trying to board it.
Oh, maybe trying to see if they can get it turned on. I mean, it might be the owners of that boat it almost hit.
Yeah, it might be. I don't see their dinghy.
Dylan heading over. There's a couple of dinghies that are over there right now. Sorry, my adrenaline's running right now. I think just watching it. It's always so tough with perspectives here on the water. Like, you never really know how close boats are. And I think just watching this boat go through the mooring field, and it looked like it was really close to one of the boats over there where there's 3 kids aboard, so it was just a bit of a stressful situation. It's a miracle that it made it through. Basically, it went through about the entire mooring field without hitting anyone, but Dylan's going over now. There's a couple of dinghies over there. It looked like there's 2 people aboard, but I'm not sure if there's an anchor on this boat, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do, because they were up at the bow. Sorry, again, I'm having a tough time putting words together. Once the boat ran aground, another boater took a spare anchor they had on board and used it to secure the boat from further dragging into the rocks that were on shore. The whole incident was extremely nerve-wracking to watch, but thankfully no one got hurt.
So it looks like Sea Tow, or Towboat US, came this morning and got the boat that drug ashore and broke for the mooring free and drug ashore. So I don't know if this is maybe just my uneducated opinion, but maybe let's not put the boat that broke free right back in the same spot, so when we get another southerly blow like we had last night, it doesn't play pinball through the mooring field again. Like, what's wrong with that mooring ball right there? There's no one behind him, except for maybe that catamaran, but I mean, that far corner just doesn't seem like the best idea. I don't know how he got wrapped up around in the mooring to be in the situation that he was, but I don't know. Everyone in the mooring field is out watching this morning. It was a bit bumpy last night. Some storms blew through and bucketed down a bunch of rain. I slept in the aft cabin, but Teresa had to sleep on the couch. It was very bumpy and rocky. And we got a surprisingly large amount of rain. The dinghy has like several inches of water in it. We even have that false floor, so you don't have to get your feet wet when it rains a little bit, but it rained a lot. So I'm going to climb on down into the dinghy. I'm going to use the hand pump and try to pump out as much water as we can. It's pretty wavy and choppy out there. I don't know if the camera can do it justice. This is just like when we were back in Titusville. There's a good 1 to 2 foot swell. Not even swell, wind-driven waves pushing through. So it's a bit rocky.
After a very busy and hectic start to our time in Jensen Beach, we had a brief moment to catch our breath as we rang in the new year before projects began. Last year at this time, we had just put an offer in on Atlas and were anxiously waiting to find out if we were about to completely uproot our lives and dive headfirst into this crazy dream of ours. And now we're getting ready to stage and get ready for the Bahamas. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for watching!